Good evening and welcome to tonight's bedtime story. Today we'll explore the story of Isaac Newton. Find a comfortable position and let yourself relax. Let this story carry you through a peaceful night. Ready? Let's begin. The myth surrounding geniuses often speaks of their celestial inspiration, yet it is the weight of their legacy that truly defines them. On a freezing winter's night in 1642, beneath a sky scattered with stars, an inconspicuous birth took place at Woolsthorpe Manor, introducing a child who would later illuminate the nuances of nature through science. Outside, snow cloaked the fields in silence, mirroring the serene chaos within. The manor's rooms, walled in a thick quietude, cradled young Isaac Newton, wrapped snugly against the January chill. Born prematurely, each fragile breath was a triumph, a pledge to endure. Hannah Newton, his mother, lingered nearby, her thoughts a complex weave of hope and solitude. Widowed and weary, her son's presence was her tether, a future full of untold potential. A tapestry of family history hung in every corridor of the manor, resonant with past generations. In these surroundings, Isaac's infant mind, unwittingly prepared to explore the underpinnings of existence. His childhood would be marked by quiet reflection, inspired by the transformation of the world outside, a catalyst for curiosity. While the winter wind sang of unknown paths, Isaac lay unaware of the monumental journey awaiting him. His life would transform isolation into innovation, orchestrating a symphony of discovery that demystified the very fabric of the universe. From this humble beginning, Isaac Newton's journey towards enlightenment was set in motion, a beacon destined to shine light into the shadowed corners of understanding. Thus, in the stillness of that cold night, a legacy began, one that would echo through the corridors of time, touching the minds and imaginations of those yet to be born. In the tender folds of his childhood, the future luminary Isaac Newton found himself cradled by the pastoral embrace of his grandmother's farm, nestled in the heart of Lincolnshire. It was a place that shaped him in ways unmeasured, its landscape, a mosaic of verdant fields and gentle brooks, offering a rhythmic simplicity that both grounded and inspired his young mind. Woolen skirts rustled softly, whispers of warmth and gentle laughter wrapping around him like a comforting hearth, especially cherished during the biting chill of Lincolnshire winters. The aroma of freshly baked bread mingled seamlessly with the scent of the damp earth, creating an enduring tapestry of recollections that would accompany him through the complexities of his later life. At times, ashen clouds rolled in, swallowing the sky with their heaving presence, casting shifting shadows upon the sturdy wooden beams of their rustic abode. These beams, aged and weathered, stood resilient like the figures inhabiting this realm, a domain where the scents of hay and livestock intermingled with the crisp breath of untouched nature. The cold stone beneath young Newton's feet anchored him firmly in his present, yet the landscape whispered of realms uncharted, tickling his curiosity whenever he wandered beyond the confines of human imagination. Seasons unfolded in an unending dance around him, painting the farm with a rich palette, the robust reds and golds of autumn, the crystalline silence of winter, the hopeful blooms of spring, and the sun-dappled abundance of summer. Each transition left an indelible mark on his malleable soul, the frost-etched dreams of unattainable horizons, while the delicate unfurling of new leaves hinted at regeneration and discovery, breathing life into his burgeoning sense of wonder. On crisp, clear nights, the boy would quietly slip away from the farmhouse's inviting warmth, seeking solace beneath the expansive night sky. Stars twinkled like diamond dust, scattered across the velvet darkness, their silent beauty unfurling questions and igniting a hunger within him. Those celestial fires seemed to speak directly to his eager heart, whispering tales of cosmic mechanics and universal secrets waiting to be disentangled. It was under these skies that Newton first envisioned the intricate whispers of motion and force, gravitation and mathematics, a symphony of ideas constructing a bridge between the heavens and his yet-to-be-realized dreams. When his eyes closed but sleep lingered just beyond reach, his mind remained lively with the textures of his environment, the robustness of the wooden beams, the cold strength of stone, and the soft rustle of woolen skirts. It was a nurturing cocoon, paradoxically urging him to seek beyond its familiar confines. Here, amidst the symphony of rural life, The cawing of crows, the lowing of cattle, the chirping of crickets. His thoughts were unchained, venturing freely like a kite in the spring breeze. In these formative years, destiny's whispers were subtle yet persistent, their presence undeniable. Newton could almost feel them brushing against his skin, promising endless exploration and discovery. As winds swept through the fields, rustling the leaves and bending the tall grasses, they carried with them hints of his future. A future where he would illuminate profound mysteries, first beckoning under the starlit sky. These solitary yet potential-rich moments marked the beginnings of a seeker of truths, a mind poised at the brink of expansive thought, prepared to leap into the vast, unknown with courage and wonder. In the quiet folds of his childhood, Isaac Newton emerged, ever ready to embark on the journey toward unveiling the universe's boundless secrets. In the picturesque town of Grantham, the dawn chorus signaled the start of another promising day, as the melodious chimes of church bells resonated through the mist-laden streets. As the sun began its gradual ascent in the sky, its golden rays wove an intricate tapestry of light upon the ivy-covered walls surrounding the King's School. Here, young Isaac Newton began each day filled with a fervent quest for knowledge. The school, with its Gothic spires reaching toward the heavens, stood as a venerable institution embodying centuries of accumulated wisdom. It was within these hallowed halls that the seeds of Newton's extraordinary intellect were first sown. Inside the storied buildings, an atmosphere heavy with the scent of aged parchment and the gleam of beeswax polish enveloped all who entered, evoking a profound sense of gravitas and a timeless connection to the past. The gentle echo of footsteps was muted by the well-worn stone floors, whispering stories of scholars who had traversed this path through countless generations. Isaac, brimming with eagerness and introspection, found his place on the familiar wooden benches, their surfaces polished smooth by the hands of diligent learners before him. His fingers absently traced the initials carved into the wood by past students, each one a silent testament to their individual quests for enlightenment. Grasping a stick of chalk, cool and dusty under his touch, Isaac was swept up in a wave of exhilaration. Mathematics unfurled before him like a grand tapestry, the intricate language of the universe, each symbol a number unlocking mysteries both greater and minute. The satisfying stroke of chalk against slate reverberated through his hand, echoing the countless lessons imparted within these ancient walls. These equations were more than mere symbols to Isaac. They were vibrant, ever-unfolding vistas into the mechanics of creation itself. Through each numeral and variable, he moved closer to unraveling the profound truths that lay beneath the surface of the visible world. Beyond the austere confines of his classroom, the school garden provided a serene refuge, a verdant counterpoint to the disciplined rhythms of academic life. The garden existed perpetually in a state of tranquil equilibrium, its quiet only punctuated by the subtle calls of birds flitting through the foliage. Here, amidst the vibrant blooms and beneath the early morning mist, Isaac frequently sought respite and inspiration. The mingling fragrances of blooming flowers and fresh dew enveloped him in an intoxicating embrace, stirring within him deep wells of creativity and reflection. In this secluded sanctuary, Isaac commenced his explorations with a simple sundial, the nascent expression of his burgeoning scientific curiosity. With nimble fingers, he placed the stones and aligned the shadows, his mind alive with calculations beyond his years. The sundial evolved into more than a mere instrument. It became his portal to the cosmos, capturing the dance of celestial bodies and the inexorable passage of time. Adjusting his creation under the warm caress of the sun, he was gently reminded of the universe's constant motion, a majestic, unending dance he yearned to comprehend. Between the solemnity of the King's School and the serene embrace of nature, Isaac Newton's insatiable curiosity thrived. He possessed a mind able to peer beyond the surface, envisioning the intricate complexities hidden within the simplest phenomena. In Grantham, a young boy's fascination with shadow and light heralded the remarkable insights he would one day share with the world, marking the beginning of a journey that would irrevocably alter humanity's understanding of its universe. Isaac Newton stood in the shadow of his family's modest farmhouse, the weight of obligation pressing against his shoulders like a physical burden. The air was ripe with the earthy scent of tilled soil, and the distant bleating of sheep, signaling a world far removed from the ethereal planes of mathematics and celestial wonder that captivated his mind. It was an evening like any other. The sun hovered low in the sky, casting long, golden shadows that seemed to intertwine with the very lines and angles of the sundials he meticulously crafted. Each sundial was a silent testament to his burgeoning genius, a fusion of curiosity and skill amid the rustic simplicity of his surroundings. His hands, accustomed to the gentle dance of quill on parchment, now bore new calluses from the rough handles of farm tools. Yet, each plow furrow seemed to etch an indelible mark upon his spirit, a silent reminder of the life he was expected to lead, a life spent in the fields, not lost among the stars. The sharp aroma of livestock mingled with the more subtle, comforting scent of hay, creating an olfactory tug-of-war between two worlds, the world of familial duty and the world of intellectual aspiration. Beneath the surface of these tangible sensations churned an undercurrent of restlessness. Isaac's mind often wandered beyond the immediate horizon, where equations danced like fireflies in the twilight of reason, each flicker illuminating a path to understanding the universe's secrets. His heart ached for the hallowed halls of academia, where the air was thick with the promise of discovery and the whispers of great thinkers long gone, sitting in silent contemplation on dusty shelves. Even amidst the chorus of nature that filled the rural landscape, where the whispering wind through the corn could soothe the soul, Isaac heard another symphony in his mind, the elegant proofs and theorems that knitted the very fabric of reality. His imagination painted vibrant portraits of possibilities, urging him to peer beyond just numbers and figures to glimpse infinity itself. His peers might have seen a young man prone to introversion, withdrawn into the comforting shell of solitude. They might have murmured among themselves, casting sideways glances that carried a blend of admiration tinged with envy. They marveled at his brilliance, yet failed to comprehend the lonely path he trod, where he was both the navigator and the cartographer. To them, his world was confined to the pages of books. To him, these pages were vibrant, living worlds, portals to galaxies far removed from earthly toil. The family farm, with its rolling fields and fertile promise of tomorrow's harvest, was a world bound by the earth's warmth and the sun's predictable arc. Yet it was precisely this predictability that gnawed at him like a relentless tide. Isaac felt ensnared by its constancy, yearning to break free and explore realms unchained by the routine and the mundane. In these moments of quiet struggle, he made a vow to himself. He would not let go of the shimmering thread of knowledge that tugged at the corners of his mind. Each day spent under the open sky would only strengthen his resolve, each furrow plowed reinforcing the steely determination within. Despite the gravitational pull of familial duty, Isaac held steadfast, nourished by the dream that one day his theories and visions might imprint their legacy upon the very fabric of scientific discovery. In the solitude of his thoughts, he began to see the unfurling road of his destiny, a path not yet fully illuminated, but one he was resolved to follow. Guided by his insatiable curiosity and the relentless spark of his dreams, he knew that despite the pull of the earth beneath his feet, his mind would always stretch toward the cosmos, seeking out the mysteries that lay beyond the visible horizon. The evening draped itself gently across the school, as if the very building held its breath, awaiting the quietness that night brought with it. Each shadow cast by the grand stone walls seemed to blend with whispered legends of students from long ago, creating a tapestry of tales just out of reach. The air was thick with autumn's embrace, scented with the crispness of fallen leaves, the delicate musk of ancient books, and the faint hint of wax from candles used during twilight study sessions. In this serene setting, Isaac Newton, a solitary and thoughtful youth, wandered through the empty corridors. His steps, almost ghostly, resonated against the worn wooden floors. His mind, a storm of ideas and reflections, feverishly contemplated the celestial mechanics that would one day be celebrated within these ancient walls. Isaac's eyes often lifted towards the heavens, peering through the arched windows that framed the sprawling night sky. Each star appeared to wink at him, a mysterious guide to the realms of his inquiring mind. Despite a calm exterior, inside him brewed a tempest of conflicting emotions. The voices of expectation urged him towards paths he hadn't chosen, with the weight of family responsibilities bearing down on him like an unseen gravitational pull. Still, his heart longed for the freedom to explore intellectually without constraints. These quiet hours alone were moments of gentle defiance, a personal rebellion against the rigid expectations laid before him. The night air was cool and nipped at Isaac's cheeks, grounding him in a visceral sense of reality even as his thoughts soared into the cosmos. Despite the turmoil waging within, he relied on certain constants, guiding him like steadfast stars through his inner darkness. The garden, neatly arranged with herbs and flowers, became his sanctuary, illuminated gently by the silvery touch of moonlight. Here, surrounded by the sweet fragrance of lavender and rosemary mingling with the earthy scent of the soil, Isaac found peace, a place where he could freely unravel the mysteries of the universe, unhindered by the noise of obligation. Throughout the day, the schoolroom burst into life, the rap of chalk against the blackboard, a familiar music keeping time with his own heartbeat. Mathematics and physics unfolded their secrets to him, more than just a collection of symbols and equations. They invited him to explore a universe rich with logical beauty and truths waiting to be unearthed and shared. Each equation on the blackboard represented a pathway to discovery, promising to bind theory and observation in a union that would not only change existing paradigms, but transform the very way humanity understood the structure of the universe and its hidden mechanics. Thus, within those dim corridors and soothing gardens, Isaac's determination burned bright, a flame of constancy amidst uncertainty and expectation. The stars, timeless and patient, seemed to speak of endless possibilities, as if transmitting messages anchored in the immutable laws of nature that he was so eager to decipher. With unwavering resolve, he polished his theories, anticipating the pivotal moment when his insights would merge into a revelation that would echo beyond the confines of the school. It would be an endeavor that would light the path for future generations, embodying the balance between intellectual pursuit and innate curiosity, between duty and exploration. Beneath the vast night sky and among the winding paths of his formative years, Isaac Newton found his direction, a journey that would forever alter the landscape of human thought. The air was crisp and alive with the scent of moss and dew, mingling harmoniously with the earthy aroma of the surrounding fields. Under the soft embrace of dawn's light, young Isaac Newton wandered the Lincolnshire countryside, his eyes wide with the unending wonder that such a rural tapestry never failed to invoke in him. Each footstep was a silent whisper in the tranquility. The very ground beneath his feet seemed to pulse with life, beckoning him to unravel secrets that lay hidden just beneath the surface of its age-old soil. Solitude was Isaac's most trusted companion, a silent muse that whispered countless stories in the rustling leaves and the soft murmur of the brook. This solitude was not a cage, but rather an expansive space where his imagination could roam free, allowing him to ponder the mechanics of the universe unrestrained by the boundaries of conventional wisdom. When the sky turned into a canvas of fiery hues at dusk, he would sit and lose himself in its vastness, feeling an almost transcendent connection to the cosmos, a harbinger of his future inquiries into the very fabric of reality. Beneath this serene pastoral life, an emotional tempest brewed within the curious young boy. His introspection often led to profound realizations about his own place in the world, and fostered a fervent desire to comprehend that world in its entirety. Struggles with familial absence and the fleeting moments of joy hardened his resolve, carving out a mind that was unyieldingly inquisitive. These early encounters with emotional complexity armed him with resilience when, years later, he would face the formidable halls of Trinity College, Cambridge. Cambridge was a stark contrast to the pastoral stillness of his childhood, its imposing spires puncturing the sky, emanating an aura of scholarly pursuit. Here, amidst the intellectual hum of academia, Newton found a space to refine his thoughts. The scent of old parchment filled the dusty corridors and lecture halls, a sensory reminder of the knowledge that lay at his fingertips. Newton felt the electric tension between tradition and innovation, a palpable atmosphere that encouraged resistance to dogma as much as it did adherence to it. His nights were spent in fervent contemplation, under candlelight that flickered like distant stars. The room was a sanctuary of experimentation and thought, a place where the collision between light and darkness mirrored his own philosophical inquiries. Each revelation felt like a spark in the nocturnal silence, enlightening corners of his mind he hadn't previously dared to venture into. The interplay between methodical study and irrational flights of fancy created a fertile ground for ideas to take root, ideas that would later blossom into scientific revolutions. In those quiet hours, as the world outside stilled, Newton would reflect on the profound mysteries that lay both within and beyond the walls of his room. These moments of deep reflection were not merely academic exercises, but journeys into the depths of understanding that lent insight into the very laws of the universe. These experiences cultivated within him an unquenchable thirst for truth, a cosmic hunger that transcended earthly constraints. In moments of deep reflection, he could faintly trace the elusive symmetry governing both the microcosm of his own thoughts and the macrocosm of the universe. It was as if he stood on the precipice of eternity, looking out into the vast expanse of possibility, panting not with fear, but with eager anticipation. Isaac Newton's journey through solitude and learning, through hardship and insight, built a lattice of intellect intertwined with the very essence of curiosity itself. A flame was kindled in those lonely meditations and scholarly pursuits, a flame that would illuminate the world with revelations that were nothing short of cosmic insight, bridging the gap between what was known and what could be imagined. His ability to transform solitude into opportunity became his greatest strength, allowing him to shine a light on the mysteries that had puzzled humanity for centuries. The transformation from the tranquil, earthy rhythms of the countryside to the structured, intoxicating environment of Cambridge was a metamorphosis of the senses for young Isaac Newton. Gone were the familiar smells of rain-soaked fields and the distant cuckoo's call. In their stead, the ancient stones of Cambridge loomed, resonating with centuries of whispered knowledge and tradition. The air was thick with the scent of lamp oil and ink, a testament to the relentless pursuit of enlightenment that defined this hallowed institution. In the city, murmurs of intellectual debate floated through the air like tantalizing fragrances in a crowded bazaar. Newton's arrival here felt sudden, like stepping from one world into another, yet his mind, ever restless, found solace among the early morning mists that wrapped the stone edifices in a spectral embrace. The corridors of Cambridge felt alive, buzzing with a silent energy, as though each chiseled wall was infused with the wisdom of the ages, a wisdom Newton was eager to understand. Newton, with his gangly frame and intense, probing eyes, was drawn into the swirling academic currents as naturally as a leaf carried by a rushing stream. Here, time seemed to bend to the will of human inquiry, each day a delicious extension of the last. The libraries, their spines of worn leather bound in time-honored order, became sanctuaries for Newton. The rustle of paper under his fingers was a symphony, each note a piece of the grand puzzle he yearned to understand. As he immersed himself in the wealth of knowledge surrounding him, he could feel his mind expanding, the corners of his imagination unfurling in brilliant hues like the dawn sky. Surrounded by thought leaders and towering intellects, Newton was simultaneously in awe and at home. Discussions thrummed in every corner, from cloisters to grand halls, their intensity mirrored in flickering candlelight casting shadows that danced as animatedly as the debates themselves. He absorbed the dialogues like sunlight on skin, engaging with them not merely to consume, but to augment his burgeoning comprehension. These exchanges, rich with reason and rhetoric, hammered and wrought his scientific acumen like a blacksmith molds steel, each insight a spark illuminating the alleyways of his mind. In moments of reflection, often when the night settled like a velvet cloak, Newton's thoughts wandered back to the countryside. There was a calm amidst the chaos within him, a reminder that those quiet days of contemplative solitude were not lost. They were the fertile ground from which his ideas now burgeoned. The seeds sown during those bucolic times had taken root, nurtured by the sharpness of Cambridge's scholarly air, growing towards the light of discovery with every academic challenge he faced. The weight of potential pressed gently yet insistently against his shoulders, a whisper from the universe urging him onwards, a soft nudge suggesting greatness was at hand. In moments of stillness, he could almost feel the world watching and waiting, breath bated. As if it anticipated the fruition of his talent, the future lay before him, a tapestry waiting for his singular contributions to be woven into its intricate patterns, each choice a thread in the grand design. Standing at the crossroads of destiny, Newton understood his place not as an observer, but as a participant in an ongoing symphony of discovery. Each decision he made, each path he trod down, was laced with the anticipation of groundbreaking truths awaiting unveiling. His mind, an alchemical laboratory of wonder, processed these investigations with intense fervor, every equation a step closer to understanding the immutable laws governing the cosmos. And so, enveloped by the dynamic energy of Cambridge, Isaac Newton stood poised on the precipice of change, ready to transform not only his own path, but the trajectory of human understanding itself. In the age-old dance between the known and the unknown, he was about to take the lead, moving gracefully into his role as a beacon of enlightenment in a world eager to learn what lies beyond the horizon. In the cloistered yet stimulating environment of Cambridge, Isaac Newton's mind simmered with an impatience matched only by the depth of his curiosity. Within the austere college walls, his days unfolded in a disciplined routine that belied an unyielding intensity. The scent of old parchment filled the air, intermingled with the faint aroma of ink, while the quiet rustling of pages turned by diligent scholars created a low, rhythmic hum in the background. This setting became the crucible where Newton's revolutionary ideas began to take form. Each morning, Newton traversed the cobblestone paths skirting the manicured gardens of Trinity College, where dewdrops glistened in the soft light of dawn. The chill of early mist clung to his cloak, a sharp reminder of the outside world's ever-present hand, even as he slipped deeper into contemplation. He brought fragments of philosophical discourse and mathematical conundrums back to his desk, where they would settle across the worn wood like scattered pieces of a cosmic puzzle. Newton's mind was frequently haunted by questions that refused easy answers, driving him to probe the universe with an intensity that bordered on obsession. The sundial outside his window, its shadow gliding silently with the sun, symbolized the relentless passage of time and served as a constant companion to his musings on gravity and motion. He observed its precise, unerring calculations, a simple mechanic pointing to complexities waiting to be unearthed. In the library, the evening hours stretched gently forward, an embrace of quiet darkness and flickering candlelight guiding his eyes across the pages. Massive tomes lay open before him, pages bearing the wisdom of ancient scholars. Here, solitude became a comforting shroud, soothing thoughts frayed by relentless inquiry. Despite this isolation, he sensed the presence of great thinkers who had preceded him, their ghostly echoes mingling with his cerebral pursuits. In these tangible silences, Newton's reliance on empirical observation and analytical reasoning solidified into a formidable framework of hypotheses. Beyond, the persistent rustle of the countryside stirred the edges of his consciousness. Leaves whispered the natural world's secrets, urging him to peer beyond human constructs to uncover the laws that governed all existence. The trees, gently swaying in the wind, mimicked the invisible forces he sought to understand, their unseen movements akin to the motions of planets and the fall of apples. Driven by an inner force as intangible yet as real as the vivid hypotheses he crafted, Newton's repute began to ripple throughout the academic circles. Whispers of his genius filtered through the hallowed halls, gaining strength and recognition with each breakthrough, transforming him from reclusive scholar to intellectual luminary. His personal reflections on mathematics, physics, and natural philosophy wove together into a widening tapestry of scientific thought, intertwining with his very essence. Thus, Newton's time at Cambridge laid down an indelible blueprint, a journey of seeking the profound within the mundane, of finding clarity amidst complexity. His foundational experiences formed a symphony of discovery, every note resonating with echoes of his early scholarly endeavors. No longer merely a student of knowledge, he emerged as its formidable architect, destined to illuminate the world with insights that would reshape humanity's understanding of the universe. As the cocoon of Cambridge slowly unfurled, Newton's transformative ideas began to take flight, carrying with them the promise of enlightenment and innovation for generations to come. In the serene, pastoral landscapes of 17th century Lincolnshire, a young Isaac Newton spent his formative years surrounded by undulating fields that stretched vast and green under a sky limitless with possibility. The air was perfumed with the sweet scent of blooming wildflowers in the warm embrace of summer, and carried the deep, earthy aroma of fertile soil turned rigorously by the plow. This was a world seamlessly grounded yet ephemeral, defined by the rhythmic cycles of seasons that dictated the pace of rural life. It was amidst this symphony of whispering winds passing through the trees and the melodies of myriad bird songs that Newton's inquisitive mind began its gentle dance with the mysteries of existence. While Newton's world was expansive, his childhood was not solely idyllic. It was marked by early personal losses and woven with threads of familial strife, experiences imbuing the young boy with a depth of character shaped by both solitude and an unyielding curiosity to understand the forces at play around him. On clear nights beneath a vast canopy of stars, each a glittering beacon, Newton felt the whisper of the universe calling to him, urging his thoughts beyond the confines of his small village. Eventually, Newton was drawn to the academic haven of Cambridge, where his intellectual hunger met a curriculum that blended tactile learning with sublimely transformative thinking. Cambridge offered him an intoxicating blend of ancient wisdom and cutting-edge discovery. Wandering through its venerable corridors, his senses were continually engaged. The musty scent of ancient leather-bound tomes hinted at vast realms of knowledge yet to be explored, while the steady tick of a pendulum clock in a hushed study room became a metronome marking his private epiphanies. In these moments of reflective solitude, Newton often pondered the dualities in his life, oscillating between the grounding ties of rural existence and the liberating winds of intellectual freedom. These contemplations were not mere wanderings of the mind, but the seeds from which his theoretical frameworks began to sprout. In this fertile environment, his mind was a field continuously plowed by questions, each inquiry planting kernels of hypotheses destined to grow into towering truths. A pivotal moment in his life's journey unfolded quietly one afternoon in a garden, where he watched an apple fall from above, a quotidian event imbued with profound simplicity. The soft thud carried more significance than its sound suggested. It felt as though the universe itself whispered an indelible truth into his soul. In that moment of clarity, Newton realized the synchronous elegance of the falling apple and the moon's celestial dance overhead, understanding that the same force governed both. This marked the spark that ignited a relentless pursuit in Newton, as constant as the steady ticking of his cherished clock. With every experiment and formulation, he sensed a progressive unveiling of the cosmos, each discovery offering a rebirth akin to spring, following the dormancy of winter. His meticulous work, rooted in rigorous observation and method, brought forth revelations both novel and reminiscent of eternal truths, a seamless ballet of constancy and renewal intertwined, with the serene yet disciplined backdrop of his youth. Newton's contributions to science transcended the times, offering revolutionary insights that not only unveiled new understandings, but also challenged and expanded the very fabric of contemporary thought paradigms. These achievements remain steadfast, as enduring as Cambridge's timeless stones, and as profound as the endless sky over Lincolnshire, all a testament to an unyielding pursuit of knowledge. It all began with the simple fall of an apple, echoing through history to inspire endless possibility. In the heart of rural England, the young Isaac Newton found himself nestled beneath the venerable apple trees of Woolsthorpe Manor. These ancient trees stood as silent sentinels amidst fields that stretched wide, reaching towards a sky that seemed both vast and timeless. In this gentle sanctuary, the seeds of Newton's unparalleled genius began to take root and flourish. The air around him carried the crisp scent of grass mingled with the earthy whispers of a distant wind, forming a natural symphony that soothed his solitary musings. Woolsthorpe, with its enveloping silence, became both a refuge and a catalyst, where the world seemed to slow down just enough for his thoughts to wander unhindered by the immediate demands of daily life. Newton's early life was characterized by long stretches of solitude, a condition that was often self-imposed, matched solely by his naturally introverted nature. Even as a youth, his mind was a constant whirlpool of questions, persistent and unyielding, drawn inexorably to unraveling mysteries that lay both near at hand and far beyond the veil of the visible. Nights in Woolsthorpe glowed under a tapestry of shimmering stars, each distant light feeling less like a random flicker and more a challenge to his ever-curious mind. Wrapped in woolen blankets against the serenity of the crisp English night, the infinite abyss above seemed less like chaos and more a grand puzzle awaiting his touch. His journey from these humble beginnings to the renowned halls of Cambridge was not a mere change of location, but a profound transformation. It signified a move from the familiar comforts of familial closeness to the expansive worlds of human thought and exploration. Soon, the scent of parchment and ink began to replace the familiar smells of home, as Newton immersed himself in studies that would come to shape an entire era of scientific thought. Within Cambridge's expansive libraries, the gentle scratching of quill on paper orchestrated the symphony of his revolutionary ideas. Yet, solitude remained his steadfast companion, cradling his burgeoning creativity. Within the confines of the academic world, Newton's introspections grew ever deeper. He seemed to intuitively grasp the cosmic dance of celestial bodies, almost as though he could sense the gravitational interactions amid the towering Gothic spires piercing Cambridge's sky. It was here, in this intellectual crucible, that his musings reached feverish heights. The quiet marvel of an apple's fall yielded an insight that unseen forces guiding the heavens also brought the fruit back to earth. This was no ordinary revelation. It was a thunderous epiphany that forever altered humanity's understanding of the cosmos. Newton's legacy, profound in its scope and impact, transcends the equations etched into dusty textbooks. It resonates with the poetry of discovery. His Principia Mathematica, a crowning achievement of insight, was offered to humankind, expanding our understanding of a universe that once embraced a curious child full of questions. His work echoes with a simplicity that belies its complexity, capturing the essence of planetary motion in the elegant form of calculus. Today, the influence of Newton's groundbreaking ideas continues to guide both scientific progress and our ventures into the unknown. His life, marked by moments of profound contemplation beneath star-strewn skies and within hallowed academic confines, echoes as vividly today as it did long ago. It stands as a lasting testament to the wonders that emerge when human curiosity meets an unyielding quest to understand the unknown. Newton's legacy reminds us of the immense impact that one person's dreams and dedication can have upon the world, inspiring generations to come to peer beyond the horizon, following his path of enlightenment.